Hey buddies, McGregor Kingdom here, and welcome to the Kingdom. Just real quick, I know I always do this all the time, but I just want to thank you guys so much. It means so much to me that I'm seeing all this progress happening, and blah blah. We've come a long way. We've come a long way. Real Talk episode 8, I think. Yeah, episode 8. Wow, man, things go by so quick, bro. I mean, I just remember just pitching the idea, and then just having people be like, "Wow, that's actually kind of good," you know. Not a lot of people were too fond of it when I first pitched it because of the realism and stuff, but y'all seem to love it, and it's just awesome to see that like this idea that I personally am passionate about is loved by all of you guys. That means so much to me. I just want to thank you guys for that, and so yeah, enjoy it. Real Talk episode 8. Enjoy the episode. So for the first question I'm leaning to, so many people, I mean, I look around and sadly I see a lot of big depression and stuff, and it is sad to see these things, and so some people like to be cheered up, obviously, and so they'll ask me, they'll say, McGregor Kingdom, what's a miracle that happens every day, just so that they can, count their blessings and stuff. And honestly, like, there's so many blessings and miracles that happen every day, and sometimes it's just hard to see them, but they do happen. The first thing that I'll ever say is you wake up. Waking up, it's in itself is a miracle and a blessing, because that means you're granted another day to be better than you were yesterday. That's a great miracle, just waking up. And then they say, okay, what are other miracles? I'm like, oh, you can walk. like a lot of people, you can walk. That's a miracle. That's a blessing, And other people, you can see, like we have the vision to see. That's a big thing to say. We can communicate our feelings. That's another miracle. It happens every day. Is that when we're feeling sad, we have the ability to communicate that with people. Sometimes you don't even have to say the words. We just express the way that we're feeling, and people just know. That's a miracle. That's a blessing. Most of my friends are in America. That's a blessing. Just being in a free country, being in America. There's no other better country you could be in. Like that's truly a blessing. It's truly a miracle. And I mean, and I'm a religious person, so like if I go back to my testimony, that's one of the biggest miracles that's ever happened to me. I know sometimes they ask, what are other miracles? And friends, like if you have friends, that's a miracle in itself. That's amazing. That's a blessing to have these friends. And then personally for me, it's a miracle that I have siblings, that I am blessed. Like having a little brother, sometimes it was hard to see why it was such a blessing, but as you get older, you start to realize it's truly amazing. It's a blessing. It's a miracle. A great miracle, like a big miracle that happened to me recently, is that my mom's able to continue to live, as she kind of had heart failure, and she nearly died. And it's horrible. I couldn't imagine, like my mom like dying when I'm such a young age. But like it's a miracle that she got to the hospital when she did. If she was one day late, she would not be here. And that's crazy. That's big. And it's a miracle that she's still alive. So like every day, when Mother's Day came up recently, bro, we celebrated it hard, man. But now the miracle is there, and now I appreciate her so much more now, because I now see what it would be like without her. And it ain't pretty. But I mean, these are just miracles that happen like every day, and like people often, they just look at like some of the curses that they're holding, that they don't see the blessings that are in their lives. Like even sad people, even like really depressed people, experience happy moments. That's a miracle. Like any time when you're feeling genuinely happy and joyful, that's a miracle. That's a blessing, because not a lot of people can get that feeling all the time. So like it's just amazing. There's miracles that happen, like so many miracles that you're even going through, that occur. There's so many like little miracles and big miracles, but overall, like you guys, y'all are blessed. You know, if you're watching this video, you're blessed with having, you know, Wi-Fi, an electronic device to watch on, having the freedom to watch this kind of content that's just real and like uncensored. You know, it's a miracle. It's a blessing. For me, it's a miracle that I'm doing fairly well on this YouTube thing, because this is what I do, you know, and it's just a miracle in itself. They happen everywhere, even when somebody's really hurt you. I mean, that's a miracle, because now you learn to get better from it. So just so many miracles happen a day, and I could go on and on. I can go the whole 15-minute segment over miracles, but I'm just gonna move on to the next question. But that's my answer to the miracles we see every day. So I am not an artistic kind of guy. My thumbnails are vague and, you know, not that edited, because I'm not artistic at all. I do like to have deep meaning in like paintings and stuff, but I can't draw. I can't I can't display what I'm trying to say very well. But people ask, they say, why is art so impactful in society? And when you say art, there's so many different levels. But I'm gonna go through some big levels. There's like the painting art, there's music art, and then there's theater art. Those are the big three arts out of all. I know there's like dance and stuff, but I'm gonna put all that stuff into theater, because that's kind of what it goes into. So to focus on the first one is just art, like drawing art, you know. I think that's impactful in society, because I mean, like you can tell a lot, you know, just from looking at a painting. You can tell, oh, this symbolizes that God is watching over his people. So all you do is just look up, and then they'll see the bright light that is God. You know, that starry night that I'm referencing is to me, I see it as like as a symbol of hope. You know, I mean, God's right there watching all his people leaving in the night, and all they gotta do is just look up, and they'll see him right there. And that's kind of what it symbolizes for me, is a symbol of hope, you know. And that's just like my favorite art piece is the Starry Night. I can't remember who made it. I know I can't remember who made it, but that's my favorite piece of painting art. And it's just amazing to see this happen. And but the impact is supposed to leave an impact on your hearts and on your mind, you know. And I'm gonna move on to like music art. And music art, I mean, music's been a big part of my life since I was a kid. Like, I've been doing like choir and stuff since I was in like elementary school, you know. And our whole family we're all very like musically gifted. Obviously I'm a bass, and then you know, we all have musical gifts and abilities, and that's a miracle in itself. And I do really have a good gift in rap. I love rapping. I do this in my free time all the time. Like whenever I'm stressed or something's going on in my life, I rap about it. And that's kind of like what music is for me. It's just a way to get people to kind of see another point of view, you know, to hear another point of view, you know. It allows people to just like come together, and personally, as like a music artist thing, it allows me to like vent my feelings and to like trying to get that out. And it's just amazing, the impact that music has. It truly is amazing. And there's so many different ways, like if you're trying to express, you know, like dreadfulness, then you know, you change the beat and stuff. And it's just amazing. And then there's entertainment art, so like theater or YouTube, or you know, all the other stuff that goes into entertainment. And that art is very special to my heart as well, because I've been doing it since I was like 5, which is like 12 years now. So it means a lot to me. And I do this because like that's where I really go as well, and especially for YouTube. This is where I go whenever there's something going on, and whenever something's happening to me. Like this is where I go to just not necessarily distract myself, but to vent out my feelings. Yeah, it's just like this means so much to me. Just having the ability to record what I'm feeling and to have a series of real, it's amazing. It truly is incredible. And I know I'm making an impact in somebody's life, and that's like the true feeling of awesome. And that's what art is to impact lives, to help change them, help persuade them to see another perspective. That's why I believe why art is so important in our society. Painting art, music art, entertainment art, it's all so important, and it all connects together. And that's my answer to that question. On to the next question. So when I'm making like real talk and stuff, I try to get, real, and I try not to answer questions that are personalized for me, but that are kind of open for anybody to answer. But I get asked this question a lot, and I figured I should answer it so that it's out, and hopefully I don't get asked a lot more. But people will always ask me like, what would the perfect city be like? And this is always controversial because different people have different views. But the way I see it, I've spent most of my life growing up in small towns and stuff. I was born in a decent sized town, close borderline city kind of style in Oklahoma, and then I moved to Nome, Alaska. It's pretty big considering it's in Alaska, and Nome's a pretty popular place. And then I did live in Kansas City for a little bit, but mostly I've lived in towns. Sometimes I lived out in the country. And so I kind of have like an experience of at least the basics of what it's like to live in each place. And I'm just going to personally say, city life just doesn't move me. I'm not a big city guy. I've never been a big fan to go to this busy place where everything's larger than life. Like that's not that is not my type of style. That is not what I personally like to do. I'm more of a small town or country kind of guy. That's kind of where I lean. I'm not really big with cities. It just doesn't move me. I mean, the bigger than life. It's just unreal. And not the good kind. Now, if you like cities and you think they're amazing to live in, I'm not gonna hate on you. I mean, I can see why you like it. Larger in life scale, it kind of brings like, hey, this is great. Happy experience and stuff. But me personally, city life just doesn't move me. So if you're to ask me what a perfect city would be like, to me, there's not really a perfect city. I think the best city I've been in is KC, Kansas City. That's where I lived in the Missouri side. I'm more of a Kansas City, Kansas kind of guy. But I do kind of feel what it's like, and I that's my favorite city that I've been to. And but if you're to ask me to describe the perfect city, I would say small town. Like a small town with um good amount of restaurants. I don't want to drive 30 minutes just to go, grab a bite of something like a burgers. Oh, I love burgers, man. Or and that has kind of like local stores, good school, movie theater. There was one town that I lived in where I had to drive an hour just to go see a movie, and I do miss those days because that's when I was a kid. But I do remember how big of an inconvenience it was. So I do try my best I do to describe the perfect place. Everything kind of like locally near me that's in the town. So kind of like a big town, but not city, not full blown skeptical city. A basic town that has kind of everything that you really need in a town without having to drive a far distance. And That's kind of how I would describe the perfect city. Is not really a city at all. To be honest, it's very similar to the town I live in right now. It's not too big of a town. I live in smaller towns, but it's not a big city either. It's just nice, kind of calm. Everything's locally near, so I don't have to drive an hour to grab like a bite of a burger or to see a movie. We got a local movie theater. We got a good amount selection of restaurants here in town, so it's pretty good. So if I were to name perfect city, it'd look a lot like the town that I live in now, but maybe you know less kind of crazy. It's a little crazy. I remember like people would listen to the police go by all the time in my old videos. So maybe a little less crazy, but that's just kind of how I would describe my perfect city. So that's how I would answer that question. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching my video. It's always a pleasure to see you guys and to see the progress that we're making. It's amazing every time. I'm always so blown away, and it's just amazing. Like, all you guys are so awesome. Please make sure that you like the video so I can see your support. Make sure that you comment down on what kind of topics you'd like me to talk about for Real Talk. Make sure that you subscribe. I have a whole thing on my mind. So make sure that you subscribe, because it really does show the appreciation. And then make sure that you share the video so other people may experience some realism on YouTube. We're doing something that no one has ever tried, so I'm terrified. So it would mean so much to me if you guys like, comment, subscribe, and share. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy your lives. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. Feel free to check out my other stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next episode of The McGregor Kingdom. Oh!